Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do the detailed camera review of the Xiaomi's Mi A1. So Xiaomi's Mi A1 is a latest smartphone in the 15K price segment, and there are a lot of interesting aspects for this phone. We already done a video on 8 reasons why you should be picking the Xiaomi Mi A1, and one of the interesting aspect is the dual rear camera. So this has a 12 megapixel dual camera, and this is the first smartphone from Xiaomi in India to sport a dual camera setup. So unlike the other dual camera setups, this is quite different here. It has two 12 megapixel shooters. One is a regular wide angle 12 megapixel shooter, and the other one is a 12 megapixel telephoto lens, which is capable of 2x optical zoom, and this has a dual tone dual LED flash with an f-stop 2.2. So that was the rear camera aspect, and on the front panel we have a 5 megapixel selfie camera. So let's go into the camera interface and see what all it offers, and then we'll come back to the camera samples taken with this device. So opening up the camera interface, you could see this is quite a similar UI which we have seen on other Xiaomi devices. Although this phone comes with Android 1 and stock UI, Xiaomi has gone ahead with their own camera app. So if you click the options, you could see a lot of additional modes are included, including audio mode, straighten, beautify, tilt shift, manual mode, then group selfies, so square mode, 1:1 aspect ratio, those are included. And you also see an option to enable dual camera watermark. And if you go to settings again, there are some useful options here. You can add timestamp for photos, then photo quality, frame size, all those things can be set here. And at the bottom you can see there are a lot of filters included. You can just scroll through the filters and apply them. And another important aspect is that you can see that there is a zoom available. This is an optical zoom using the 12 megapixel telephoto lens. So if we just click this, what happens is the secondary camera, that's the telephoto lens, works here. So this is a lossless zoom. That's one really good aspect of this phone, and this is the first device to support the lossless zoom in this price segment. So this works really well, and this uses the telephoto lens. And another mode at the top you can see is the portrait mode. So just when you enable this mode, what happens is the dual cameras work in tandem. That is the stereo mode, which allows you to blur the background. So here the dual camera works in tandem, one for taking the photo, other one for depth sensing. So that's how it works. So that's the depth effect. Now other than that, you could see there is an option for HDR as well. So you can select here, and you can see there is either HDR on or off. There is no auto HDR option. So if you go here, there is also option for video recording, which is at either 4K or Full HD. So that's the options. Now let's go straight into the camera samples taken with this device. So these are some of the samples taken with the Xiaomi Mi A1 in daylight conditions, and here you could see the detailing in the photos looks really good. There is great amount of detail, and the sharpness levels are really impressive for the phone in this price segment. The color quality is again spot on. There is no oversaturation of the images, and color quality is pretty spot on most of the time, and overall the clarity of the photos taken in daylight condition was really impressive. The dynamic range of the camera also is really impressive. One of the best cameras we have seen in this price point, offering great detailing and good sharpness levels, and also excellent color quality. So these are some of the samples we have taken in daylight conditions, and you could see that overall the image quality looks really great. Now if you look at the close-up images taken with this device, again really good detailing. The sharpness levels are impressive, and also the camera adds a bokeh effect, and it does a really good job with the daylight captures. So overall, in terms of the daylight captures, this is one of the really good cameras available in the price range of below 15,000, and does a really good job altogether. So here are the low light captures taken with the Xiaomi Mi A1, and here you could see that while the details are good and the images are bright, there is some noise creeping in the photos, especially when the image the light falls down, and with adequately well lit conditions, we would say the image does produce some really good results. But when the light lowers, that's where the noise creeps in, and even with the amount of noise available in the photos, it does a really good job with the detailing of the photos. Good, plenty of detail available, and the brightness of the image is also really good. So definitely this is one of the good camera smartphones available, but the noise levels could have been reduced. It is more or less predominant, but then again you're looking at a phone priced 15K, and for that pricing this camera definitely does a really good job altogether in terms of in both daylight conditions and low light conditions, although the low light performance could have been slightly better with noise creeping in. Next up, let's have a look at the portrait images or the depth mode photos taken. And here you could see the Mi A1 camera does a really good job in identifying the subject and blurring the background. The edges are really smooth and no blurring happens in the edges, and the subject is really focused, and it does a really good job with the portrait mode. So one of the really good smartphones which produces some really great portrait images in this price segment. So if you're looking for to take a really great portrait images, then the Xiaomi Mi A1 is the camera to choose. Now let's have a look at the video recording sample taken with this device. So you can see that this phone can record videos in 4K as well as 1080p. That's a full HD video recording, and the recording quality overall looks pretty good. The detailing is pretty good. The color quality is also pretty good. But then what happens is there is no electronic image stabilization or OIS. So what happens is that if you're taking videos, then you could see a lot of shakiness happening in the videos, and also the camera hunts for focus at times. The autofocus is not accurate, so that can be an annoying aspect in the video recording. But overall it is definitely above average category in terms of the video recording. Now the phone can also record videos, slow motion videos at 720p, and the slow motion video was not that great. Now the selfie experience, it has a 5 megapixel shooter, and you could see the selfie experience was quite decent overall. It may not be the best selfie camera out there, but it does a decent job altogether, and is definitely better than the Redmi Note 4 in this price segment. And the color tones or the skin tones in the selfies are quite good and does a decent job altogether. But there is no front facing flash, so low light selfies might not be a great thing on this device. So this is the camera sample taken using the front facing camera on the Xiaomi Mi A1. So it has a 5 megapixel shooter, and it can take videos in 1080p. That's full HD video recording, and this is the sample taken outdoor, and you could actually judge the quality of the sample taken using the Mi A1's front facing camera. So now we have talked about the detailed camera aspect of the Xiaomi Mi A1. So how good is the camera on the Xiaomi Mi A1? So Xiaomi Mi A1 is one of those cameras which provide really great image quality, be it sharpness levels, detailing, color quality, and overall clarity of the photos. In almost all aspects, the Mi A1 definitely is a great camera. Only in the low light experience you could see some noise creeping in, but even with that noise, it is definitely better than a lot of other smartphones in this price segment. And for a 15K price segment device, the overall clarity of the rear camera was pretty good. The portrait images also turned out to be really good, one of the best in this category, and the selfie experience was also above average. So all in all, the camera on the Xiaomi Mi A1 definitely one of the best available in this price segment. So other than that, there are some downsides for the camera as well. The camera hunts for focus in video recording. There is no electronic image stabilization or OIS available, and also the slow motion was not that great. So that was a detailed camera review of the Xiaomi Mi A1. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button if you like this video, and also hit the red subscribe button below for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.